Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do a quick intro video for Liquidix. This is a brand new platform. So new, in fact, that it is in the pre-registration phase right now. In other words, we really can't do anything with it just yet, aside from locking in our spot for 20 USDT. So we'll go over all the details. I'll talk about the passive side, and then I'll talk about the active side if you want to build out the network, build out the team. There's some affiliate commissions you can tap into. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Of course, it goes without saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you are going to get into this or anything I talk about, please do your own research and due diligence. Understand that there's a risk involved. And if you do decide to get in, only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Okay, risk capital only. Also, follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So, that being said and out of the way, guys, this one here came across my desk by a couple of people and decided to take a quick look at it. And yeah, it looks like something that I can add to my portfolio. It's not super duper aggressive. I want to get that out of the way, right at the beginning of the video. You're not going to get 1% a day or 2% a day with this. This is going to be a little bit more on the quote unquote conservative side. But for whatever reason, these platforms that aren't going crazy and paying out ridiculous amounts every single day, they tend to stick around longer. Of course, I can't guarantee that that's going to happen with this. But for me, I do get into a couple different risky plays. There's some degen plays I get into. So to round out my portfolio, I like having platforms like this one. That's a little bit more on the quote unquote conservative side. Okay, there's platforms that pay out way more than this. They pay out 2% a day, 3% a day, 4, 5% a day. But just know that there's a ton of risk with those platforms. I'm not saying that there's no risk with this one. But we see a lot of these platforms that pay 2.5, 3, 4% a day. They come and go pretty quick. There was one that launched a couple of weeks ago. I think it was paying like up to 2 or 2.5% a day, and I believe it's already rugged just a few weeks after it launched. So again, I'm not saying that there's no risk with this, but to round out me personally, to round out my portfolio, because I do get into some DGen plays. There's nothing wrong with that. But to round out my portfolio and to kind of make it well-rounded, I like to have platforms just like this one, to get into and to diversify into. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Again, it's pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot of research that I was able to do because, again, it's not launched yet, so there's not a whole lot of information available. But I did go through the PDF, and for me, I look at risk reward, 20 USDT to lock in my spot. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay. Once it launches, okay, we'll be able to make a deposit and earn from it passively and also build out the network. So again, the platform is called Liquidix. Says here, Liquidix offers you the opportunity to be a part as an own liquidity provider to the largest decentralized exchange in the crypto space. With our advanced algorithms run and secured by unique smart contracts that interact in the decentralized exchange, we're able to give you a monthly return of up to 7.5%. So again, it's not a fixed 7.5%, it's up to 7.5%. Could be 7%, could be 6%. We don't know. We're not going to know until it starts to perform. But anywhere from up to 7.5%, these type of payouts can last for quite a bit. Okay. And for me, like I said, there are some degen plays I like to get into. There's some things that pay me 3, 4, 5, 6% a day. But like I said, I do like to get into some of these things that'll last longer, and pay a little bit more conservatively. It's just a good way to round out your portfolio. Now it says here, the owner of the liquidity pool is Alex Moorer. He's a well-known crypto enthusiast that has already achieved outstanding results in crypto trading. He's a regular guest in Boulevard Reports and German television. So he's a YouTuber. I believe his YouTube is AM Crypto. So yeah, I was watching a couple of his videos. It seems like a legit person, but it seems that he is the owner of the liquidity pool for this platform. So it says here, the mission is the motivation idea of Liquidix is to create an opportunity for networks that ensure high standards of security and transparency. Therefore, the concept of Liquidix is verified by a lawyer. And here you can earn up to 256% per year. Again, that's if you're compounding. You can withdraw at any time, and there is going to be an insurance pool. Of course, if you're not compounding, you'll make a little bit less than this, or a lot of bit less. But even at 7.5 up to 7.5% a month, that's fairly decent. There's a couple things that I'm into, or that I've gotten into, that have been around for 10 months, 11 months, coming close to a year, that I've been earning on, and it pays 7.5% a month, and it's just been in my portfolio doing its thing. I like to have some things like that in my portfolio to round it out, like I said. So again, this is kind of the numbers when it comes to Liquidix. So it says here, what is a liquidity pool? A liquidity pool is a supply of digital currencies secured by a smart contract. These pools are used to facilitate trades between the digital assets on a decentralized exchange. Users are able to earn a proportion of the fees that are generated from trading activity within the pool. So again, if you're familiar with liquidity pools, this is not going to be foreign to you, and the numbers are pretty congruent. Here's the pricing. The minimum you can put in is $50. Again, when it goes live, right now you can only secure your spot for 20 USDT. Once it goes live, you'll be able to put in, anywhere from $50 on up. You could deposit USDT, BUSD, or USDC, and your withdrawals are going to be in USDT, BUSD, USDC, and there's going to be a 3% fee when you withdraw. Okay. So I made my deposit. It was in USDT TRC20. I believe you can do ERC20 and BEP20 as well, but I did mine in TRC20, and it was pretty quick. So here's the power of compounding. It says here you can earn up to 1,251% in 3 years. This shows an example of initial deposit of 10,000 and then 7.5% profit monthly, and it was compounded every month. So it shows you here the breakdown of what you can earn. Again, whether or not you want to compound or not is totally up to you. For me, if you watch my channel, some of you guys have been with me for a long time. I kind of have the same strategy. I go in, and I withdraw out my initial deposit, my initial seed capital before I start to compound. That way I've at least become risk-free in the platform. Okay. So again, figure out what strategy works for you. You might have a 50-50 strategy, or 100% withdraw until you make your initial deposit. But this just shows you an example that if you were to compound monthly, you could make 1,251% inside of 3 years. Now, whether or not this platform will be around for 3 years, that's a whole other question. But again, the numbers are the numbers. So they're showing you here an example of compounding. Now, from the marketing side, if you're going to build out the network, if you're going to build out the team, there is a pretty lucrative marketing plan to this. It pays out 11 levels. There's 11, as far as a career plan, there's 11 rewards. And there's also 6 levels deep of recurring partner commissions, residual income. Okay, so there's several ways you can make commissions here as an affiliate, as an active affiliate. Now, again, this is totally optional. If you want to just be passive, you can certainly do that. Get your 7.5% per, or up to 7.5% per month. Compound it if you want to, but if you want to build up the network, here's what the compensation plan looks like. Again, it's going to be based on your deposit. So if you're, putting in, bigger deposits, you'll be able to trigger some of these different positions. And of course, if you're building a team, because there is a total team turnover requirement as well. Now, the higher your rank, or the higher your position, you're going to get more percentages on your direct referrals. And then there's going to be other bonuses that you can tap into as well. So, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because the majority of you guys, you just want to be on the passive side. I understand that. But some of you guys that like to build teams, because there are some people that like to build teams, there is a career plan attached to this platform. Okay. So again, here's just a referral commissions example. They have a differential compensation plan. Some of you guys that are familiar with network marketing, you know what that means. I'll probably talk about it on another video, because it can get quite complex. But this can be quite lucrative if you are building a team. Again, totally optional. Here's the referral commissions example breakdown of the picture that you just saw. Again, I'm not going to cover this in this video. I'll cover this on another one. But yeah, there is a differential compensation plan here. And for those of you guys that have done differential compensation plans in the past, like I've done a few, they can be quite lucrative. Okay. Here's the recurring partner commissions. It says here after reaching break even point, which is 100% ROI, a performance fee of 10% will be deducted. This will be used for the recurring partner commissions. Commissions are only earned if the original investor has paid the performance fee. So, again, once a person hits their break even point, this performance fee is what's going to fund these recurring residual commissions. And again, it pays up to 6 levels deep. Okay. Again, I'm not going to spend, I'll talk about it on another video, but we'll go into the comp plan in detail. This one here, I just want to kind of give you a little bit. Because like I said, I know some of you guys are only passive. Okay. You're purely passive, and that's okay. That's what's cool about these platforms. You can get in and without telling one person or recruiting anybody, you can still be profitable. Okay. Start of generating profit is 1 day after you make your deposit. Profits will be added to your account every month. Commissions can be withdrawn anytime. The withdrawal timeline is within 48 hours. So when you make a withdrawal, it'll get processed, and within 48 hours, you should have it in your wallet. And the withdrawal fee is 3%. Okay. So again, not a whole lot of information divulged in this PDF. I'm sure once we get closer to the actual launch, we'll get more and more detail. Even their Telegram, even though there's a couple thousand people in there, there isn't really a whole lot of information in there. So again, we'll get more intel on this and give it to you, but I did want to put it on your radar for those of you guys that like to get into things early. Because again, a lot of these platforms, the whole key is if you can get in early, you'll be in a really good position. Because again, you'll get to your break-even point and then be in profit mode thereafter. Not saying that that happens all the time. Ideally, that's how it would work, but we don't live in an ideal world, so things happen. But this one here looks, at least from the numbers, it does look quite sustainable. Getting paid up to 7.5% per month doesn't seem like it'll break the bank. And even the referral plan, even though there are some rewards to it, you do need to hit certain levels to really trigger the big money. So, it's a fair compensation plan. They're not, paying out ridiculous amounts. So anyway, that being said, I will leave a link down below if you want to check this out. If you want to secure a spot for 20 USDT, you can. But yeah, I'll put it out there for those of you guys that like to get into these platforms, new platforms, and you want to get positioned before they launch. All right, guys, that's pretty much about it. Catch me over on Telegram. Make sure you're following me over there. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. That way you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. As always, do your own research and due diligence and only put in what you can afford to lose. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.